My daughter Ari is in kindergarten, and she's been having some problems with some of her friends at school. A few weeks ago, I could tell something was up. Her behavior just wasn't great, and she just didn't seem like herself. One night, after a particularly trying evening with her, we talked about her behavior as I tucked her into bed. I asked her, "What is going on with you lately? Why do you keep acting like this?" I was pretty surprised when she suddenly burst into tears. "I'm acting like this because my life is horrible and I have no friends at school," she said. Through her tears, I was able to get some more information from her. Apparently, she had a friend who had pressured her into saying something mean to some of the other girls in the class. I knew the girl she was talking about that put her up to this immediately. It's the class bully that has chosen Ari for a best friend, unfortunately. I've tried to get her to make friends with some of the other girls in her class that maybe wouldn't be such a questionable influence on her, but she always resisted, and now I know why. She realizes she needs some new friends, but now she's afraid that because of this mean thing she once said, none of the other girls will want to be friends with her. Well, she cried and cried. She was pitiful. She was saying things like, "I wish there was someone special waiting for me at school tomorrow, but I know there's not. And I wish I had never said anything mean. Now no one will want to be friends with me." I could hear the loneliness and regret in her voice, and it broke my heart to know she'd been carrying this around with her for a while. At first, I was kind of speechless. She was pouring her little heart out to me, and I knew that this was my chance for a big parenting moment, but I didn't have any ideas. I thought she might be right. She shouldn't be hanging around with this girl that got her to say the mean things, and those other girls might not want to be her friend now that she has been mean to them in the past. I knew that whatever advice that I gave her and whatever words of solace I offered, they needed to be good. But I didn't want to say the wrong thing. "Help me, God," I quickly and silently prayed, and suddenly I knew He had already taught me this great lesson. "Ari," I said, "you can ask those girls to forgive you. Go up to them tomorrow and tell them that you are so sorry that you were mean before, that you wish you had never done it, and that you will not be mean to them again. And ask them if they will forgive you." The change in her face was immediate and remarkable. I could almost see the weight falling off of her shoulders. It hadn't crossed her mind before that she could be forgiven. "You think they'll forgive me?" she asked. "Yes," I said. "We all make mistakes and we all have to forgive each other sometimes. And if these are girls that would make good friends to you, they'll be able to forgive you." Her face broke into a smile, and I'll never forget what she said next. "Mom, tomorrow I will start over. Tomorrow I will start over." Now, I have no idea how the situation played out the next day. If her 5-year-old mind remembered this conversation at all when she got to school, but it was so amazing to see somebody's reaction the moment that they first realized what forgiveness can feel like. And I know this is something that God wants for all of us, but He wants us to give and receive it. I think it's almost easier sometimes to forgive somebody one big mistake. You know, we all use the phrases, "nobody's perfect," and "we all make mistakes." How many times have we heard those before? We can understand mistakes. We can understand one or two blunders. We all make a mistake here or there. But it's harder to forgive somebody that seems to keep making the mistakes, maybe even the same ones over and over again. It's harder. And sometimes we feel like we shouldn't forgive somebody at a certain point. We all have someone we know, a friend or a relative, that seems to wrong us over and over again. We feel like we're always forgiving them for the same mistakes. And you know, if we said to a friend, oh man, this is the last time I'm going to forgive so-and-so. I'm giving them one more chance, and if they mess up this time, that's it. This is the last time. And if it was the fourth or fifth time that we've had to forgive somebody the same mistake, that friend would probably tell us, oh yeah, I don't blame you. I wouldn't even give them this last chance if I were you. It's only common sense, right? And yet, God calls us to forgive 70 times, 7 times, 490 times. Now, of course, I know that isn't a literal number, but it speaks pretty loudly. Even Peter, when he asked, how many times should I forgive my brother if he sins against me? 7 times? Up to 7 times? 7, that is the maximum. It does not even cross Peter's mind that it could be more than that. He apparently thinks that surely nothing more could be expected of us. He might even seem like he thinks he's grossly overestimating here. Poor Peter, he does not see Jesus' answer coming. I mean, have you ever asked a question that once you got the answer, you wished you had not ever asked? I'm pretty sure that's Peter here. It would definitely have been easier to live blissfully ignorant that this is what was expected of him. So why would Jesus charge us to forgive 490 times, essentially without ceasing? Forgive forever. Keep taking it, keep letting it go. It's so hard for us to swallow that. It even might feel like we're giving up a little bit of our dignity or a little piece of ourselves. We might even feel stupid for giving someone chance after chance that so obviously doesn't deserve it. So why does Jesus want us to do this? Because forgiveness is a precious gift. And of course, when it's given to you, it's easy to see it as the gift that it is. But it's maybe even more precious when you're able to give it to somebody else. Someone who may not even deserve it. Someone that may not even ask for it. Forgiveness saves our relationships. It helps us keep those we might lose if we stayed in anger. It helps us find peace where there is turmoil. Forgiveness is a precious gift. And I bet if we sit and think about the times that we have been called to forgive, if we sit and imagine for a second that maybe we weren't able to let go all those times, that we still had that anger burning inside of us like a cancer, clouding our thoughts and being a constant distraction in our minds. Think about if that was your reality. What would you have lost? I think that you'll probably realize the loss would have been great. If you sit and think about the times you've been able to forgive someone, I bet you can realize how precious that forgiveness is to you. You might realize that without this gift, you might be without a mother. You may have lost one of your children. You might have lost your brother or your sister. You may no longer have your best friend. You may have lost a job that you love. You may have had to go find another church to join. Forgiveness has allowed you to keep all of these things that anger and hostility might have burned away. I have to go back to my daughter Ari again for a second because I love how her first and immediate understanding of forgiveness is the correct one. Tomorrow, I will start over. That she knows forgiveness the way Jesus intends for us to know it. A complete letting go and washing clean. And the beauty of that moment to her and the peace and relief as if all the bad had never even happened. Tomorrow, I will start over. Imagine, friends, if we gave that to one another. If we let go of our debts and our debts were let go too. Imagine what a world would look like where we forgave each other 490 times. I charge you as you go out this week and next week and all the weeks that follow to let forgiveness flow freely from you without ceasing. Now, you can't do that, and I can't do that. We can't do that. We can't. It's against our very natures. We live and we learn, and this charge almost seems counterintuitive to that. But we can forgive with the help of the Holy Spirit. Ask for help. Beg for help. Sometimes you might even need to start with, help me want to forgive. Sometimes you're not even going to be ready to ask for help to forgive. You'll need to start with, help me want to do it. But ask, my friends, ask, because if we can do what is asked of us and forgive our brothers their debts 70 times, 7 times, and if our brothers can forgive us our debts 70 times, 7 times, can you imagine how this world that we live in would change? Amen.